everyone, I'm Laura from GoSimpli, and today's Stackable 10 is going to be hip, core, and pelvic stability. So we're going to be doing 10 different exercises. You don't need any equipment, just a comfortable space on the floor. You don't even need to wear shoes if you don't want to. So we're going to start today on our hands and knees. Okay, so we're going to start with that bird dog. So we're going to work nice and slow. Opposite arm, opposite leg moving here. And we really want to make sure that those hip bones continue to point towards the floor, okay? So we don't want often our hip opens up to the side. We sort of like rotate a bit as we do it. We don't want that. We want straight, pointing down to the ground. And again, we don't want to move too quickly through this exercise. Brace that core. So just a few more seconds here. We're doing 45 seconds with 15 seconds of transition time. Excellent. So now we're going to come all the way down on our belly. And you can rest your head, your forehead on your hands if you wish. And we're going to lift one leg and then the other. And again, we don't want to see any bending in the back here, okay? It's just you want those glutes to fire, and you want to feel even pressure through those hip bones on the floor, so you're not rocking your hip to the side, okay? So really focus on that glute. Your leg is not going to move very high. It might only be like 2 inches, maybe even 1 inch, but you really want that glute, the gluteus, so your bum, to be doing the work here, not your lower back. Okay, so it's a challenge to get, and if you find it easy, try doing both legs at the same time. Okay, so now we're just going to push up, and we're going to actually get onto our back, and we're going to do some bridges. Okay, so I'm going to put my arms up. I've got my heels tucked up. I can just touch them. They're shoulder or hip distance apart. And we're just going to push up and then let them come back down nice and slowly. Okay, so even pressure through both feet. Knees should be tracking forward. This one is really good for pelvic stability. And next up, we're going to hold this position if we can and march the feet, which is definitely a more challenging version. And if you find that version too challenging, then you can come back to this bridge position. Okay, so let your body come down and take a break for because this does definitely engage the quads as well. And again, you're really squeezing those glutes, so they will tire. Okay, so now we're going to hold it up, and you're going to try and march. You might need to move your feet a little bit closer together. And you're going to try and hold that bridge position, so brace your core, squeeze your glutes, and march one leg and then the other. And as you transfer that weight, what you want is you don't want these hips to move. You don't want them to swing wildly from side to side, okay? You want them to stay very stable. So like you were trying to balance a tray on both of those hip bones and not spill anything side to side. So picture you have a water glass on that tray and you don't want it to slosh out. And again, try and keep those glutes squeezed so that you keep them nice and high up off the mat. Excellent. So now we're going to come onto our side and we're going to do a side plank, which is very good for core stability as well as that pelvic stability again. So I'm going to show you a few different variations. You could do it from your knees. Okay, that's fine. You can put one leg out. That'll make it a little bit more challenging. Or if you like, you can come up on both feet. And we're just holding it. And you will feel the burn in your shoulder because it's supporting a lot of weight. And what you want to focus on is trying to pull this side up away from the floor, and also keep your back, like from your head to your toes, should be one straight Well, you should be able to draw a line down the side of your body, a straight line. So just a few more seconds here. Excellent job. And then we're going to switch it to the other side. You have to keep both sides equal. So again, it doesn't really matter. I'll show you all three variations again. Okay, so you could be on your knees. You could have one leg out, or you can come down and go up on both. And again, you're really trying to lift this hip, this side up off the mat. So really pull in that core, and you want a straight line from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet. Okay. I always find that if I'm quiet, it feels like it takes a lot longer for the interval to go by. Excellent. So now we're going to come up onto our hands and knees, and we're going to go back to that bird dog, but this time we're going to move our arm out to the side with the opposite leg doing that as well. So arm up, sweep out to the side, bring it back, and down. So we won't get very many of these done, but that's okay. So again, we want that hip bone pointing towards the floor. And when we go out to the side, we want to stay it. We want to have it stay pointing down. So one thing I try to do is try to make sure that my big toe is always pointing down. Okay, think of my big toe going down into the ground, and that will help to keep my hips stable. Okay, and next up, we're going to work from a plank position. So we're going to get down. You can do it from your hands or from your elbows. I will show you both. So if you're up on your hands, you're going to do that. You're going to tap those knees down and then bring them back up. Okay? So you have to change the position. And again, you want those knees to tap at the same time so that the hips are staying stable all the way throughout. And if you want to take it down on your elbows, that is fine too. So bring those knees down and then straighten the leg out. So again, not super fast. We're moving through this nice and slowly. Okay, so next up, we are going to come over onto our back, and we're going to do the opposite of the bird dog. We're going to do a dead bug. So we're going to move opposite arm and opposite leg out, and we're going to try not to let either the arm above our head or the foot going long out to touch the ground. We want them to hover but not touch. So we have our core. Again, it's nice and braced, but we can still breathe normally all the way through. We're not moving super fast because we really want to feel that core pulling the leg back in. Having good core stability and hip stability and pelvic stability really helps keep our back strong. Okay, so for our last exercise, we're going to come back to a plank. And I definitely prefer to do this on my elbows. And we're going to do a plank saw. So you can do it from your knees, and you're just going to shift forward. And you're going to come, your bum's going to come up if you're doing it from your knees. Okay, but if you can do it from your toes, you're just moving slightly forward and slightly back. Planks are really, really good for stability through the core, through the lower back, through the pelvic region. So they can really help to keep everything strong for and prepared to deal with everyday movement. So this is our last exercise. So, we have about 4 seconds left. So you can rest those knees down and then pull yourself up. Great job, everybody. Excellent for finding 10 minutes where you can put a little movement into your day. If you want a longer workout, take this 10 minutes and stack it with another one of my Stackable 10 workouts. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see for the next 10-minute Stackable 10. Have a great day, everyone.